REDMAGIC has been making premium gaming phones for a while now, and they sponsored this video for us to check out their more affordable one now, the REDMAGIC 10 Air. While it is a little bit cheaper, it still keeps some of the amazing features that make it one of the best gaming phones on the market. One thing I see they compromised on already, they brought back the camera bump. REDMAGIC, you were the chosen one. You got rid of the bump. Why did you bring it back? I guess we're gonna have to explore what else is in the box and the phone to see what else they compromised on. As for what's in the rest of the box, perfect. We still got our charging cable, which is about the same size as they always include, about 3 feet, and their charger, which is how many watts? It says 5 to 21 volts at 3.8 amps. And then in the little folder here, we've got your SIM removal tool, stickers. Oh wow, a lot of stickers. Win more games, that's going in my backpack. And yeah, they still actually do include a little clear case like they do with their 10 Pro, which maybe that's the difference you need to make it a flat bump. Let's give it a try here. Yep. That's about all the difference it is. So it isn't a major camera bump, and again, a case will solve that. It's kind of got a decent grip on the case. It's weird though, it only covers the top and the bottom. It doesn't actually cover the sides. But I think for most people, when they just get a phone, to have a base case of some sort is good. We're gonna take it off though, we don't need it. And I'm gonna clean the rest of my table up. As for the rest of the phone, you still get your triggers on the top here for when you're playing a driving game or a shooting game. You've got your volume rocker, your power button. At the top, it looks like our microphone. On this side, I'm not sure what that is. It was a slider button on the last phone. Maybe that's to get back into the game center. We'll try it when we boot it up. And then you have your USB 2 port at the bottom here, as well as your SIM card there. If you're paying attention to the last REDMAGIC phone, you might notice that even though this is called the REDMAGIC 10 Air, it is missing the fan this time, the active fan that actually blew through the phone to help keep it cool. They're still using their Ice X cooling system, which uses liquid metal, so hopefully the temperature and the performance will stay under control. But if that little sound from the fan last time bothered you, you don't have to worry about it this time. The thickness is a little bit thinner than the 10 Pro, which is why we end up with that camera bump again. But it also means that it's a little bit lighter, so maybe that's a plus for you, maybe you don't care about that, but it's something to keep in mind when you're holding this phone and running your fingers against the back. REDMAGIC. In the phone, we find another major change. The chip is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 versus the Snapdragon 8 Elite that the 10 Pro had. I don't know how much that'll impact the average user's performance. I think you're still gonna get incredible gaming performance when we've done other phones with that chip. Again, something we'll get into a little bit later. But I wanna turn on the screen now and actually take a look at it, because I've always been very impressed with REDMAGIC's under-screen camera, as well as just their brightness and screen to body ratio. Right away, I am, again, immediately impressed. I can't see the under-screen camera. It's something that has always blown me away. Maybe we can find the right angle. Oh, right there, but only because I can see the giant studio light bouncing off of it. The screen to body ratio, fantastic again. It seems to be getting extremely bright. Wow, even in indoor conditions, like I said, with giant studio lights pointed at me. 120 hertz refresh rate, take that, Apple. I still can't believe that they don't have 120, and a more budget phone like this can get it in. It's fantastic. And it is still quite a big phone. It is a 6.8-inch AMOLED screen. We should see what content looks like on it. I'm gonna zoom all the way. I don't want to take up the full screen here. Woo! That looks pretty great. What brightness am I at right now? I'm only at 50% brightness. This is gonna look terrible on the camera, but I wanna see it, so. Actually, it doesn't look too bad for you guys either. This looks great. Look at it, look at my boy Andrew. There's a hands, oh, that's a plant. Oh yes, even though they don't have the fan, they kept the RGB. Absolute class, REDMAGIC. Oh, I only see 3 LEDs instead of 4 though. They're skimping on even just the LEDs, that's crazy. Let's hear how it sounds. Let's crank this bad boy. I'm gonna start at 50% and then we'll go all the way to 100%. Sounds great at 50%. I wanna hear it all the way at the max though. Again, just like the other REDMAGIC phones, I think 100% might just be a little too much. Let's turn it down just like 2 or 3 clicks. It immediately sounds better and it's still quite loud. So I don't know if I'd recommend cranking it to 100% unless you just wanted to show everyone in the room something. You can show them MORA. I actually noticed she's not my wallpaper. REDMAGIC's abandoning what made them. Crazy.
No, not really. Press the red button.
Wait, is that what the red button does? Is it a dedicated MORA button? Do I have to hold it? Classic. And there she is. All right, this is my private. Stop laughing! I'm testing all the features. Add her to home screen.
Make sure you pick her fit.
Oh yeah, we gotta pick her outfit. Nope. Let's do that one. Hello, Mora.
Hey, Commander. Have you completed your work for today?
Sorry, I'll get back to work. My bad. Oh God. Oh, she's my wallpaper. There we go. We got her. I'm glad they haven't abandoned their roots. They've continued to have their black and white option. This one's called Hailstone, and then the other one is called Twilight, but they've added a new color this time called Flare. That one actually only comes in the 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage configuration, whereas these ones can come with that, or a 12 gigabyte of RAM version and 256 gigabytes of storage. More storage than you would probably honestly ever need. But again, it's a gaming phone. You might be downloading lots of games on it or taking lots of photos. Let's check out the camera. It looks great. I mean, for me, I'm not a photographer, so I'm not necessarily looking for the most amazing quality ever. We were in very bright sunlight, so we also obviously had great lighting. But I took a photo on the 24mm lens and then the 14mm one, and you can still like get in there and see lots of details on Andrew's bike. I even took a selfie with the front-facing camera with me and my boy, obviously. And you know what? For an under-screen camera, yeah, it's got its problems. You can absolutely see some processing around his hairline, around the bench here that obviously when you're zoomed in like this, not necessarily the greatest, but I still, to this day, think that REDMAGIC does under-screen cameras as some of the best I've seen. I even tried taking a video here of Andrew's bike. I just kind of walked around it. Yep, it's a camera. It looks great. I noticed one little spot where it seemed to, oh wow, that when it did that reflection of the sun, it definitely was a very hot spot on the screen there, but overall it looks really good. And I know I was out there supposed to test the cameras, but I couldn't really see because I was still on like 40% brightness. I cranked the brightness up to 100%. I had no issue seeing anything on the screen with the sun directly behind me shining at it. This phone doesn't get as bright as the 10 Pro, but it is still way more than enough for, I guarantee you, almost all of you out there. But there is a positive with having possibly a lower brightness than the last phone. This phone has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, which again is less, but if it gets less bright, it might help with your battery life throughout the day. You might not have to worry about plugging it in and charging it as often because it does support up to 80 watt charging. And in our test, which we use a 45 watt charger, it actually did the full charge in 68 minutes. Should have taken 1 minute longer, then it would have been nice. That's crazy that anyone would just be on the subway and be like,
Hey, Commander.
Yes.
Have you completed your work for today?
This is my work, believe it or not. We got our FPS counter up at the top. Looks like you have your latency there, or at least how much it's downloading, how much battery you have left. Oh, I can feel the haptic feedback from hitting the triggers. Right now, our FPS counter is saying we're at about 116, 120. Oh, there's someone. I didn't hit him once. That's fine. Oh, I got him. Checkmate. Oh man, playing with these triggers, it helps a lot. As for heating up, doesn't feel like it's getting too hot right now. I mean, I've only been playing for like 2 minutes or so, because our labs team did actually find out that after an extensive run, it did thermal throttle at some point and clock down. But they also mentioned that it's probably not enough of a difference for if you're playing a long period of time that it would really impact or hinder your gaming experience, especially for lighter titles like Balatro. You'll probably be fine. Oh, okay, so it's not the game center button, sorry. This is called the magic key button, which it looks like you can bind to do a bunch of different things. And right now it's for that game space. Let's try REDMAGIC AI. I wanna give that a go. Oh, okay, that's just a quick, like basically translator, that's cool. Let's try, oh, you can bind it to the camera or your flashlight. That's great. Sound mode, or you can just have it do nothing, which would be useless. But, you know, let's do camera. It's pretty quick too. It's actually not that bad. I would prefer it maybe if it was just a touch, but I could also see how that would be annoying if you're gaming like this and you bump it and then all of a sudden you're in your camera instead of playing your game. So a quick hold is probably better than nothing. Holy cow, look at this. Was I on performance mode? Oh, there's Eco, Balance, and Rise. I'm gonna assume Rise is the top mode there, which I was on. It tells me my clock speeds. This is where you can also adjust where your actual trigger placement is. So when you hit the left trigger, you can see it kind of lights up there. So you wanna hover that over whatever button you want it to do. You got all your other quick access settings that you'd want. No calls. Damn, set it to do not disturb mode. I'm gaming. That's pretty sick. We are on the latest version of Android, Android 15, which means, of course, you're gonna get Google's whole suite of things. Gemini, image editing, AI, or like, you know, you can just have MORA.
Not allowed.
Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe you do have to use Google.
Earthquake! Earthquake! Hurry up, Commander! Hide under the table, quickly!
You forgot it on the table, though.
Not an official feature, apparently you can detect earthquakes. For being their more budget phone that they're attempting to break into this market with, is it worth the price? It starts at $550 US, and the top tier, which is the one we have here, goes all the way up to $700. I think for a gaming phone, you're still able to keep some of the great features that REDMAGIC has boasted, such as the triggers, incredible screen, really good under-screen camera. It just depends on if the missing features are worth it for you to save that little bit of money versus just getting the 10 Pro. Let me know what you guys think down below. Or if you want to save even more money, use the link down below because they're having a giveaway, one for the top spec Hailstone and one for the top spec Twilight. Thanks again, REDMAGIC, for sponsoring this video. If you guys wanted to see the difference between this one and the 10 Pro, go check that video out. MORA was also there.
Hey?
It was great. She's my favorite.